Welcome along everyone to Silverstone. Britain has returned the highest number of F1 World Champions of any country that's taken part in this glorious sport. We take our racing very seriously here, as you can tell here today at the British Grand Prix. The 3.6-mile-long Silverstone circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and of Copse flat out. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Antonelli, Charles Leclerc and Hamilton, Verstappen, Hadjar, Sainz and Pierre Gasly, Lawson, Ocon, Ollie Behrman and Albon, Colapinto, Alonso, Nico Hülkenberg and Arvid Lindblad, Bortoleto, Perez, Stroll and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. I love being here at Silverstone. I know you do too. Mainly because we get to sleep in our own houses for a week. But what do the drivers enjoy most about this track?
Well, Silverstone's such a challenging circuit, Crofty, more so for the car than the driver, because these high-speed corners at Silverstone really test this modern-day F1 machinery to its maximum. We don't get that many times throughout the calendar. I can only think of Suzuka and Spa, maybe Qatar as well, with that high-energy cornering that you get here at Silverstone. So the drivers love throwing the car around through corners like Copse, Maggots and Beckett's, for example, and it's really influential for your lap time as well.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Overtake mode active. Overtake active. You've got more power now from the hybrid system. Use boost on the next long straight to get past. Okay, overtake enabled, overtake enabled. We're With the new power units this year, you'll want to lift and coast more than you might have done before, and sometimes the fastest way around a track is not always going full throttle. Combine lift and coast into braking with boosting out of corners and see how you get on. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Okay mate, so just a quick reminder, you'll get access to the extra power when you're within a second of the car ahead with overtake mode. You're in the top 10 now, keep it up. Boost mode is available now. Okay, so we're not wearing tyres at the rate we expected to. I want you to stay out a little longer. Extend, extend. Understood, copy that. Tyre condition still looking good. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Green flag. Caution, caution. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Right, let's go, come on. That stop was slower than we ideally wanted to see. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Esteban's in for his stop now. Okay, gap ahead, 12.2 seconds. Car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.1 seconds. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. Okay, gap to the car in front, 3.3 seconds. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.9 seconds. At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.9 seconds. Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A great team victory today, Crofty. That's the important bit here. On home soil, the drivers delivered, the team delivered as well, and to do that in front of their home support really means a lot to them.
There's room for 3 on their podium, but only ever 1 right at the top. Let the celebrations begin. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.